All right, we have maybe the most shocking coaching move in NBA history as the Denver Nuggets have fired longtime head coach Michael Malone with just 3 games remaining in the regular season, as well as firing general manager Calvin Booth, despite the fact that the Nuggets are sitting in the midst of a tight Western Conference playoff race with just 3 games left. They're currently the 4 seed, but ownership felt like things were at odds and this season could be about to flame out, and they think this move could be the move that inspires the Nuggets to spark them to bring back another championship to Denver. But man, easily, this has to be the most surprising move in NBA history. It's tied for the latest firing of a head coach in NBA history with just 3 games left. Hubie Brown was fired from the Hawks in 1981 with just 3 games left, but the Hawks were like 17 games below 500. The Nuggets currently sit as the 4 seed. They have 47 wins on the season. Not quite as good as last year. Last year, they were a juggernaut in the West, finished with the 2nd seed, ultimately get bounced in the second round, so a little bit of a letdown, but it's crazy how this thing is played out. The NBA is becoming, this league, it is just a drama-filled league. Michael Malone, easily the best coach in Nuggets history, 471 regular season wins, most all-time, 44 playoff wins, most by a coach. Obviously, the 2023 championship, the only championship in franchise history. And not only that, he has a .590 winning percentage in his 10 years, made the playoffs 6 times. Michael Malone was one of the most solid foundational pieces for this Denver Nuggets franchise. He's the only head coach Nikola Jokic has ever had. Now, Booth and Malone really were at odds with each other over the last few years. People talking about how they don't even talk to each other. They don't respect each other. And Booth's had a really spotty record coming on in 2020. His draft picks haven't been very good. His acquisitions have not been great. And they've really failed to develop a roster around Nikola Jokic. You have the best player in the entire world on your team right now. Now, Jamal Murray injuries kind of set them back. They probably would have had maybe 1 or 2 rings, or they would have got that ring earlier if Jamal Murray didn't have those playoff injuries. But still, blaming Malone for the front office, ownership, whoever it is, failing to spend money to get over these aprons to put a much better and deeper team around Nikola Jokic is just kind of insane. Like, the NBA is actually on drugs, I think, right now. This is crazy. We just saw the Grizzlies do a similar move a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, firing their head coach. They're in the middle of the Western Conference playoffs. If we look at the Western Conference right now, it's a stacked juggernaut. Obviously, Oklahoma City, 64-14. They're winning the West. But look at this. Rockets locking up that 2 seed. But Lakers, a game and a half up on the Nuggets. Clippers, half a game back. Golden State, half a game back. Minnesota, half a game back. Memphis, half a game back. And really, nobody wants to slide into these 7 or 8 slots. Nobody wants that 8th spot playing the Thunder. Now, teams might want to play the Rockets, but you definitely want to stay here. Who cares about 4 or 5? The Clippers, a little spicy now. Now, the Nuggets have kind of struggled here down the stretch. They're 3-7 in their last 10. They've lost 4 in a row, but they lost the game of the year, and that's kind of caused this slide. The double overtime, heartbreak, bonehead move by Russell Westbrook against Minnesota kind of threw them in a tailspin. So maybe this is a desperation attempt to try and salvage something. Assistant coach David Edelman will be taking over for them. And we've seen, new coach theory in some other sports. Fire a coach, gets the guys going, gets it rocking and rolling, and it propels them over the top. Not necessarily to a championship, but maybe to win some games, make a playoff run, especially in the NFL. But the Nuggets are going to try and do something. They know they're kind of floundering right now. They clearly have the best player on the planet in Nikola Jokic. He's probably not going to win the MVP, even though this might be the greatest offensive season all around by a player ever. It's just absolutely ridiculous what he does. And the team around them just really isn't great. When you're relying on a guy like Russell Westbrook at this point in his career, or really just ever, things aren't going great in Denver. So this is a shocking move, a surprise move, but this is becoming a trend, it looks like, in the NBA. Like I said, we just saw Memphis do that. There were some behind the scenes issues with the locker room, but the players in Denver are not kind of the same. They were not forcing Malone out. They feel all stunned. This sounds like this was an ownership move when The coach and the GM can't get along. They're talking shit behind each other's back. They're not talking to each other. It's a toxic situation between the front office and the coaching staff. The ownership said, F it. We're blowing it up. I mean, and the Cronkies are not going to put up with this. It's not like the Cronkies don't have money. It's not like the Cronkies can't be spending money on new coaches and new GMs. And in fact, that's why I don't understand why Denver hasn't been spending more money in the free agency acquisition stuff to try and build, or even trading these picks to try and get more talent around Jokic, because the Cronkies own like 4 teams. I mean, they own the Rams in the NFL. They own the Avalanche. They own the Nuggets. They own a lacrosse team. Like, they got money to blow over there. So it's not like the Nuggets aren't a super profitable team. Like the team in Denver, they're selling out like every night, it feels like. And maybe they haven't lived up to the hype after winning that 2023 title, but I thought last year's team was really good. Again, second in the West. They just ran into a tough matchup with the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves kind of seem to be the Nuggets' kryptonite. Like, if they win that Game 7, if Karl Anthony Towns is just normally Karl Anthony Towns, they're in the Western Conference Finals. I think they easily take down the Mavericks. I think the Mavericks are just a bad matchup for them. With Denver, and then who knows, you're in the finals against Boston. Boston still probably wins because that's one of the better teams we've seen this decade, but you never know with a guy like Jokic. So this is kind of crazy. I'm not sure what the fallout is going to be from this. Let's look at the Nuggets schedule down the stretch. Like I said, just 3 games remaining on the schedule here. We got Sacramento coming up here. Can I get the full schedule, guys? Oh my God. We're going to scroll all the way down here. So we have at Sacramento, Memphis, and at Houston. So 2 road games and a home game for them. Houston, probably going to be a win. They're locked up. They're not going to move in the seeding. They're your 2 seed. They'll be resting their guys. Sacramento, they've been struggling awful. I mean, they've been like crazy bad lately. They're not going to do anything. So the Memphis game at home is going to be your real test. Memphis fighting to move potentially out of that play-in spot, get back into the playoff seedings, as well as having all the other teams in the West trying to jockey for position here. This is all about the seeding, all about trying to figure things out. I don't know how much of a schematic change we're going to see. I don't know how much of an energy change we're going to see from Denver. I mean, Denver kind of feels like one of those teams since they've won a title. It's like, screw it. Do we really care where we're going? Do we care who we're playing? We're just going to play everybody. We got to beat them. Like, do they want to play the Lakers again? Like, lock in. They kind of own LA, even though every game in that series is always close with the Lakers and the Nuggets. I just don't know. I just think this is, obviously unprecedented in NBA history, really in sports history. I can't think of another anything close to this where a competitive playoff team in the thick of a championship win. I mean, this is a championship level team. Do I think they could do it? I mean, yeah, they could. Are they going to? I wouldn't bet on them. Kind of lean the Thunder. But still, you're in a stacked West. You won the championship 2 years ago, and you're going to make a move like this. We've never seen anything in sports ever like this. So crazy move for the NBA, and it continues a trend. 5 of the last 7 NBA head coaches to win a title have now been fired. It's kind of crazy. Third row Joe is just the man over there in Boston. But shit, if Boston gets bounced early, to the Knicks this year, Joe could be on his way out. It's kind of crazy to think about, but the NBA is becoming our drama-filled, emotional reaction, player, coaches, front office, ownership-filled league. This is a soap opera. Maybe the product's not the best, especially in the regular season, but it feels like there's always drama and always a story in the NBA. But that's going to do it for us today. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. How crazy is this move? Do the Nuggets have any shot now in the postseason? What about Nikola Jokic? Maybe steal that MVP from SGA? Could be a late push here with just 3 games left. I don't know. I'm just saying. Probably not, though. But let me know if you haven't already. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We got daily sports content for you guys. If you want to support the channel more, sign up for a channel membership. You get all sorts of access to cool and exclusive perks. Help support me, allows me to keep making this great content for you guys every single day. Check out the links down below. And if you want to get one of your teams in person, check them out, watch them anywhere. Head on over to SeatGeek.com. Use code AfterTheReview for $20 off your first purchase. That's SeatGeek.com. Code AfterTheReview for $20 off your first purchase. We got the Discord down below. We got a Streamlabs. If you're trying to get into the stream business, check out the Streamlab links. You get free 7-day trial to try out Streamlabs Ultra. That's what I use when I go live streaming. I love that product. So if you're trying to hop in the game, check that out. Again, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.